Sylvie. Good day and welcome to another exciting episode of the News Review. In recent days, a shadow has loomed over the hallowed halls of academia, casting a cloud of concern and discontent among students, parents, and educators alike. This menacing threat is the escalating trend of university fee hikes. As institutions of higher learning grapple with financial constraints, the impact of these fee increases echoes through the educational landscape. In today's episode, we delve deep into a topic that's been making headlines across the nation: the hike in university fees. We've heard from students who are feeling the pinch and parents who are worried about their children's future. Today, we will be seeking answers to why university fees are on the rise, what it means for students and their families, and can universities continue to provide quality education in the face of budget constraints? To shed light on these questions is a woman of many firsts, the first female and 13th substantive Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. I'm Vina Peters. We'll go on a quick break. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining, it's the news review on Unilag TV. And earlier I said we will be discussing the hike in University of Lagos obligatory fees. Earlier today, in an exclusive interview, we spoke with the first female and 13th substantive Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Folashade Ogunshola, FAS, on the issue. Take a listen. So welcome to the show, Madam VC. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, ma'am. Quickly, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The University of Lagos just increased its university fees to over 100%. Could you please tell us or give us insight as to the reason behind this?
Okay. Let me say that the mandate, and thank you for asking. First of all, let me also mention that it's been about the University of Lagos, but there has been a general increase in educational costs across the country. Universities, secondary schools, government secondary schools, and all that. So I just want to say that the University of Lagos is in the limelight, but it's not just about the University of Lagos. However, our mandate is to provide quality education to Nigerian students so that they can be gainfully employed. There has been a lot of noise about students not being employable, and we have always worked hard to do that. Earlier on, we noted that the cost of living and providing resources to ensure quality education for every student was becoming an impossible task. We get a lot of complaints about our living quarters, and we know that we do not have the resources to change this. We truly believe that anybody must have quality education, irrespective of the situation of their birth. At the University of Lagos, we set up a committee to look at all our expenditure, look at everything we have been doing, and then come up with reasonable increases that would assure that we would be able to give this kind of education in this very competitive world. And so the committee starts from January. So it was just really, should I say, bad luck that it happened. But, well, I'm not sure about bad time. Well, it was the only timing that was possible, because it had been decided that we would bring it out in July to give time for parents to get ready for October. Fuel subsidy occurred. In many ways, it was also good timing, because if we had waited for fuel subsidy, we'll be talking to some different costs. So it had been moderated, but based on the realities as of January to March before the fuel subsidies. So, however, I know that, anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. So we needed to increase, because there was no way we could meet our obligations in terms of ensuring quality education to students. We couldn't.
You just spoke about quality education. What exactly are the measures that have been put in place to ensure that these students actually get that quality education?
The world is very small. So at University of Lagos, one of the things we're very sure of is, if we're going to be globally competitive, and because education is not just about coming to school and listening to lectures, it's about interacting with the environment, we've been very, very deliberate about ensuring that we are very represented on the digital space. We have done a lot of MOUs for student exchanges, and our students do go out. We enroll them for international competitions, and many of them have gone. We also have provided, more recently, some internet courses to ensure that before they go out, some of them can have certifications. All these cost money. We've also improved our library resources. And if you go to the library right now, it's becoming more of a learning hub, not just somewhere you just go and read books, but that you have access to to different resources all over the world. And it's free. We've paid for them. And so we keep engaging people to make sure that we have the interface between the global world and Unilag. The other part of it is we've increased our engagement with the public sector, the private sector, so that we have, for example, by the time any student leaves, what we're starting our EBIC program. It's part of the Innovation and Entrepreneurship program. We know that the percentage of students that get jobs is very small relative because of youth unemployment. So we're equipping our students to be more entrepreneurial and to be more innovative. We've created a lot of scenarios for hackathons and so on. If you go around the University of Lagos, you'll find lots of innovation hubs. We've started a program that every single student, by the time they leave here, would understand business skills. That is a fact. We're also developing the lab for technology and vocational skills, so that students can also, not just students though, we're also planning for our staff, so that staff also can learn skills that would help them to, hands-on skills. So we have the entrepreneurship innovation, we also have vocational that we're working on. So that we have started. So there are quite a number of programs that we've put in, things that would allow them to be registered and certificated, especially for those in certain professional courses, before they leave. So these things cost money. The university also, to make sure that the degree of the University of Lagos counts, we are part of the Times Higher Education ranking system. That's not cheap to be on that particular, but it's to put meat behind the certificate, because really, if you come from Harvard, everybody assumes you're great. That's the goal for Unilag, and we believe everybody needs to have an access to that.
Okay. So what are the plans for those students who cannot actually pay these tuition fees, or should I say university fees?
Obligatory fees.
Okay, thank you. Obligatory fees, and at the verge of dropping out, because over the weekend, during the meeting, you said that you will not allow any student to drop out. So are there plans? And if there are, what are they?
Okay, let me say, even when we were charging 21,000, there were students who could not pay. So there have always been indigent students, and University of Lagos has always provided for them. So it's not new. We have the indigent register, where we register all our indigent students, and depends on what they need. Those needs are met through a number of things. We have endowment scholarship, we have adopt a student, and this adopt a student is a drive by the DSA's office. We have work study, where they earn about, previously, because that was to cover their obligatory fees, they earn between about 200,000 200 naira per hour, and they are allowed to work up to a maximum of 10 hours in a week, and throughout the year, so they can make their money. And now it depends on the stage of the indigent student. So we do these as a routine. So it's not new. So what we've just done is opt how much they can earn and how much is required for students that are fully indigent. So we have students who are fully indigent. We've always taken care of them. We take care of their accommodation. We take care of their mandatory fees. We take care of their stipends. Some don't need more than just their mandatory fees and accommodation. Some just need mandatory fees. So it depends at the different levels. We also have stakeholders that provide 1 meal a day for students who are indigent. We've been doing that, and it hasn't stopped. So all these programs are ongoing, and what we've just done is increased how much they will be, so they can meet the new fees.
Okay, that is actually great. Now, management have not had, will I say, the chance to actually tell their story, what it is in running a university such as this. So I would like you to actually tell us the challenges that you are facing in leadership, actually, on what it is or what it takes to actually run a university, because we know that electricity on campus is a big deal. So we would like us to give us insight on how it is done.
I think the first thing is to realize that the university is like a local government. The huge number of people that come in and go out. And University of Lagos is a very old university, and with a lot of aging infrastructure. So there's a lot of costs in maintaining the facilities, beyond electricity, waste management. At the peak of any day, we have over 100,000 people on campus. Right now, I've forgotten how many cars come into the university and go out every day. So the maintenance cost of ensuring that things run, security, maintaining the roads, maintaining the facilities, ensuring that we have library resources, because the university is about knowledge. So you must have adequate library resources. You must have data. You must have the internet and Wi-Fi, because a lot of data now are We must have things for students to do. We take care of their hostels, and I'm saying the waste management, getting waste off this campus. Just managing our waste is another story totally that we're not even addressing. Water. The water works to the University of Lagos is very small. We don't get a lot of water. So we have boreholes that we're running. We're treating our water. So all these are the costs that we bear in the university. one thing you can be sure of, each faculty itself is running exams, having people there. They all have their challenges. Now, for a university to truly run, it's about knowledge. You're passing knowledge through from the faculty to the students, and they have to facilitate. So it means things like conference costs. It is actually mandatory that we make sure that our faculty are up to date, because the level and the quality of education is very dependent on faculty. So we do spend quite a lot of money trying to make sure that faculty are at the top of their game. And I can say that this became very intentional as we move forward. The other part of it is research. The government does give us some money for research, through tech fund grants. But the issue of teaching in a university is premised on the fact that we can produce new knowledge. Producing new knowledge is a lot of research. So we have central research laboratories which are funded. We have other laboratories around here that things come up, that we are constantly funding. The overheads of a university are coming in from many parts. Now, the issue of research and new knowledge means minds must be colliding, if I must say that, not just internally, but across board. So traveling, bringing in lecturers from outside, some of these we have to pay for, because our job is to ensure that we are constantly feeding the information and the minds and exposing the minds. We're actually working in the mind space. So it's very, we looked at all these. Let me put it to you this way. Ghana has gone very far ahead of us, for example, because they've managed to make sure that the universities are so good that people can come in. When you do that, you can then further reduce prices for students, but you must first get the university to a good state. Right now, when we are doing the ranking, it's a lot of money that we have to spend so that we can achieve the requirements to be ranked. And that means we may have to pay money to do that. Recently, we've started international accreditation, because if we are internationally accredited, then we can bring in, students can come here, because then it's valid. You can say, it's not us saying it. We're accredited within Nigeria, but for us to bring in international students, which will further improve the quality of our certificate and the quality of our students, because then they are interacting better. Again, there are requirements that we have to do to bring our services up to a certain standard. And I think that's what Nigerians want. Nobody wants to send their children abroad. And I believe that irrespective of from your birth, you should be able to aspire to have a good education. The university should be a turning point in your life, not just we sort of maintain where you're coming from. When you come into the university, things should change for you. And not just in terms of knowledge, but in terms of your whole perception, your socialization, and so on. Those are things that should happen at this level as well. And we work on that. And pay for it.
Okay, well, so it's been over 300 days in office since you stepped into the huge shoes of Professor Oluwatoyin. Tell us, how has it been so far?
Well, let me say I came in at a difficult time. I came in after an 8-month strike that had, in many ways, depleted a lot of our resources. I came in at a time lecturers were very demoralized, and to say that many are resigning per second. Last week, I think about 5 resigned. As I sat this morning, I saw 2 resignations. So I came in, you could say, I came in at a difficult time. And then I came in with the changes, when Nigeria's resources are poorer, oil subsidy has gone, but it's not all bad. It's not all challenging. So I've had to take some hard decisions, because I believe that the fact that things are tough does not mean we allow everything to go to waste. We will all have to make sacrifices. But if the university is going to survive and grow, those sacrifices will be made. But our duty is to make sure that those who cannot increase their fees, pay the increased fees, do not fall behind. So, as I said earlier, no University of Lagos student will drop out because of these increased fees. We've always taken care of them. There were students who could not afford the 21. There will be a few more that cannot afford these. But the percentage, before I think the percentage was less than 2% or 3%, so it might go up, even if it goes to 10%. We can't cope with that. So we will do that. So that's not an issue at all. But since I came in, I had a number of agendas, and those agendas were across human beings, improving the quality of the people here, because the university is all about people, the faculty in particular. So training of the faculty, because that's how we're going to deliver on our mandate. Our infrastructure. So in the area of infrastructure, a number of things have started going out. We're already working on hostels. Some might be one of them might be completed this year, but we're also developing new hostels, both within and outside. And the work has already started. We're also looking at our reputation, and that's one of the things I said, the international accreditation. We've started the discussions, and we've been told what we need to do for us to be internationally accredited, so that people can judge us based on that. That's going to really put us on the world map. And the other one is our finances. Now, it was very clear that after 15 years of 20,000 per annum for university education, or 21, depends on, it wasn't working anymore. It hasn't worked for a very long time. And that's why the complaints. Because what happens is when it's no longer working, the first thing that goes down is the ability to maintain your infrastructure. It's the first thing that shows. Then gradually it went down to, we can't even change the cars. Some cars for deans are 14 years old because we can't change them. So those kind of things are is sort of the early warning signs. Then you see the infrastructure, of course, student hostels and so on. Then you start getting to your inability to pay for electricity. I mean, 2 months ago, they cut our light for the first time in a very long time. We managed to find money to pay. The month after, we got a warning that they might cut it again. We've been reducing our consumption, but the tariffs have been going higher. I understand tariffs are going to double. If we kept to 20,000, then students and staff and the laboratories will not function well, because then we would have to ration. We're already working on low energy supply. We're trying to get IPP. We use about, I think, 8 megawatts of electricity in this university. And if we're going to do anything, it has to be at least 10. So we've been working on that. The challenge has been that because we're very close to the water, building anything in University of Lagos is very expensive. So we started off planning for electricity, but by the time they had to sand fill and all that, the money was gone before, So we've got the land now, but we don't have the thing. So we're talking to a number of people around gas and other alternatives to electricity. Solar we're already using, and we can broaden that, but it cannot take care of the work we need to do. The laboratories, our heavy equipment, those can't be taken care of. So we're already working on how do we improve electricity generation and reduce the cost of that. We've looked at our very few little businesses we have, the guest houses, to improve their operations so that at least we can get something to help to subsidize some of the things we're doing. We've intensified our efforts with the private sector to bring them in to work with us, and quite a number of them have come in. We have the Sahara Group that's setting up an innovation center. We have other groups that are coming in to work and partner with the university. And we've been looking at our policies to make sure that it makes it easier some of the challenges we've had in the past have been legal documents that were not tight enough or did not take care of eventualities. But we're moving into a future that is particularly difficult, or should I say, difficult to determine because it's changing so rapidly. So we really need to be very nimble. So we've been doing a lot around policies. We've also been looking at how do we improve our faculty. So there's a lot of faculty training. Recently, we started the Coursera, and lots of our staff were certificated in areas, and these were the Coursera courses we applied for, we paid for the licenses. Part of that was also to improve the quality of their work. For some, it was to give them certifications that they can start to use, and as they retire, they have something, beyond that we've worked in Unilag forever. And then we moved it on to the students, because some of them pay for Coursera on their own. We now have paid for it so that, and I think the first time we sent out a call, I think over 2,000 students applied. So we're doing that and we'll continue to do this to improve the quality of our students. Right now, the other part that is starting soon is the career support services, which we're doing in conjunction with one of the NGOs, and they're coming in to help with writing your CV, in etiquette, how to do an interview, and so on. All these are already in the pipeline. We would be starting once session starts. Yes, amongst others. I'm sure that if you ask me more questions, I have a number of other things. And our EBIC program is starting in October. The EBIC is the Entrepreneurship Innovation Program, which starts with an online part, and we started it in a small pilot, so we're now deploying it to the whole university.
Okay, so what about the installment?
I've been talking about that so long that I just assumed I had said it. In July, I think the fee increase came out in July, on the 21st of July. Within a week, by the 28th of July, because we have been thinking about how do we help the indigent, we came up with the installment. And the idea is that you pay 50% at registration. And once you've paid that 50%, you can go in for the balloting. You can pay all if you can. If you can't, we know some people will need installment. And then you pay another 20% by exam, which is about 3 months later. First semester exams, and then when you're registering for your second semester, you pay the remaining 30%, and we have been sharing that since July, to students and to the public.
Okay, that's actually great. One of your goals is actually the agricultural agenda.
Yes. Okay, the agricultural agenda. We've started work on it. Let me say that it was an agenda that we felt would probably be reaching very obviously, will start to show up more by my second year. But what we've been doing right now is we've identified where we're starting, because we believe that Unilag has to be part of the food security, which is a major agenda going forward. And we're uniquely placed for urban agriculture, for us to be able to be pushing and improving how urban agriculture is carried out. So we've identified the position. We've actually we've had a committee that sat on it of people who are experts in this area. And it was an interesting thing to find out that there were many experts in different parts. And we've come up with a plan, and so we will start to deploy. We will start off here in our parks and gardens. We've actually gone there to look at it. But part of the, what I call my hairy goals is to get land from Lagos State, where we can support the Lagos State government, because I know they are also working on agriculture, and to support the Lagos government and Nigeria in our food security. 220 million people will need lots of food, and what we are looking at is if we can make Unilag the hub for this. I don't want to share everything on TV, but let's just say that the other part of it is, we've always done conservation. We have Mona monkeys, and we have swampland. So it's going to be part of that whole conservation, urban agriculture thing. So quite a bit of it will be done within controlled environment as we look at our traditional plants, and sometimes you could say some of our forgotten plants, to see how we can bring them back, and then how we can increase the yield, improve soil. And being University of Lagos by the lagoon, aquaculture will be a major part in terms of fishing, and the blue economy will be a part of that as well.
Okay, that's actually a very laudable project that you're actually embarking on. So we would like to actually put audio visual into that project, because we could actually render our services when it comes to agricultural, project series that we actually can come up with for your agricultural agenda.
Fantastic. I would love that. You see, each time I talk about my agriculture, we already have someone who's willing to partner with us. So and to set up, a part of that is soilless farming, because if you're working in small spaces. And the other part, which I didn't mention, is that apart from using it for research and training, it's also what we want to do is also for it to be part of retirement plans. Imagine if everybody, whether you live in a flat or not, can plant something, and you can get off-takers to take them. And whether you're still with us or not, you remain that part of the offtake. So you eat, and whatever you're not using, you put into the the commercial part of it. So little bits coming, and creating wealth means you must have multiple streams of income, and that's what we want to encourage for our staff and our students.
It was a pleasure speaking with the first female and 13th substantive Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Folashade Ogunshola, FAS. And she has reiterated that no student will drop out of the University of Lagos. And that's how much we can take on the program for this week. To watch more episodes of this program, do join us across all our social media platforms at Unilag on TV. I am Vina Peters. Bye for now.